Father Lord, oh, please help the Super Eagles. We need you more now than ever before. It don't turn to prayer like this, so make everybody dey fast and pray. I believe that we can still qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. And, God, yes, I have faith. I do have faith in the Super Eagles because I want to believe that the players understand that if they don't play in the World Cup, yes, it will not be in the end of the world, but it will be really disappointing. Anyways, welcome back to another episode on the channel, and yes, it's all things Nigeria. The Super Eagles to qualify for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Now they have 2 games left, and it's quite tricky because the group is actually still very open. And this is because, first off, let me just talk a bit about the fact that FIFA has deducted 3 points and 3 goals from South Africa. And obviously this is because they played an ineligible player in their game against Lesotho, and I'm talking of Mokoena, who was not supposed to play in that game, but he did, and that of course had FIFA not just even deducting points and goals from South Africa, but also fining them $10,000. Now, I feel like that in itself made the group wide open, because you look at Benin Republic, Lesotho, Rwanda, and even Nigeria, the chances are that anyone can still draw points and the other person wins and then qualifies. And so it is quite tricky to see how the games turns out. But I'm focusing on my Super Eagles, and I want to believe that they are going to get the job done. Now, this starts off with them playing Lesotho on Friday, and it's a very interesting game. And the reason why I say so is because when you look at the games that the Super Eagles have played leading up to this particular match, to be honest, I feel like they've been performed below expectation. Some of the results you would expect them to have gotten probably 3 points and some 1 point. Unfortunately, they've not handled the qualifiers very well. And this game against Lesotho is really tricky in the sense that we are number 3 on the table and we have 11 points, while Lesotho are number 5 on the table with 9 points. So if for any reason we don't pick up 3 points in that game, our hopes of qualifying to the World Cup is dashed. That's the end. So not just even this game, even the next one against Benin Republic, which is even trickier, they have to pick up 3 points. So I don't know how Eric Schell is going to do it, but camp officially opened on Monday, and looking at the squad list that was released by the NFF, or let me say the head coach Eric Schell, 2 players obviously will not be joining the squad, and that's the person of Bright Osai Samuel and Cyril Dessers, who obviously picked up injuries in their club games, and the coach have replaced both players with Zaidu Sanusi and Christantus Uche. Now, these 2 players, I feel like they've done so well in their club sides, and so yes, they do deserve to be put in the squad list. But the good thing for me is the fact that Osimhen is back in the squad, and yes, he wasn't able to play in the last game we played against South Africa because he picked up an injury against Rwanda, and so it was quite unfortunate that we couldn't pick up 3 points. And I don't want to basis on the fact that Osimhen didn't play in that game. But then again, maybe it's enough because Osimhen has been one of our prolific scorers, and I don't know. Yes, maybe Tolu Arokodare did, come up, played very well in those two games. But then again, when you have Osimhen, who is about a three-time AFCON, or let me say African Player of the Year, that brings some level of pedigree to the squad. And even aside of him, the reigning African Player of the Year is Ademola Lookman. You have those sort of quality players in your squad. Definitely, it mounts a lot of pressure on the team. And so I expect them to ensure that they pick all 3 points in this game. I don't know how they'll do it, but they have to do it. Now, unfortunately, and yeah, let me say unfortunately, it's an away game. We are not playing in Nigeria. We are going to be playing in South Africa, and that's at the Peter Mokaba Stadium in Polokwane. And I want to believe that the boys know what is expected of them, because trust me when I say the pressure isn't on only them. Even Nigeria as a country is going to be quite disappointing to say, oh yes, you have some of the best players out there, and it is difficult for you to get, for you to be playing in the FIFA World Cup. Nah, it won't make sense. It would not make sense. If the likes of Morocco are qualifying obviously to the World Cup, why should Nigeria not be playing in the World Cup? Yeah, I don't understand it. So it's going to be a lot of pressure, but I truly, and I am optimistic that the players can get the result. I know it's a lot of pressure, but I want them to just leave the pressure behind and just do the basic things that you would expect them to do. Just the basic things. Don't do too much. Don't overthink. They shouldn't. And if the coach wants to get it right, he has to make sure that the starting lineup is right. That starting lineup has to be perfect. Definitely, I expect Ademola Lookman to start. I expect Osimhen to start. I definitely, or if for any reason at all, he can't start, yes, he should be able to start Tolu Arokodare and then bring on Osimhen if the game looks like it's a bit dicey and maybe it's a draw or something and we are looking to get the result. Definitely. And we need the goals, to be honest. We really do need the goals, because I feel like the fact that we're just scoring 1-0, 2-1, it's not helping, because the goal difference also matter. So, as I said, Eric Shaw has to get the formation right. As I said, maybe he can start Tolu Arokodare and then Ademola Lookman and Chukwueze on the right. Chukwueze seems like he's getting his feet well in Fulham. Obviously, it's just his first season in the Premier League, and so I see how well he's picking up with the squad. And the good thing is he has Alex Iwobi, he has Calvin Bassett to support him, and I think probably that has eased the pressure of him playing in the Premier League. So maybe they can bring that partnership over to the Super Eagles and ensuring that togetherness is there. And I want to believe that William Troost-Ekong is going to be in this game, because he's the captain and he cannot be making mistakes like he did in the last game against South Africa. He has to be fully concentrated. He has to. The defense also has to get it right. I don't know. I also want to believe, I'm not sure if Dele Bashiru is going to start, but I want to have our best and most quality players starting off that game, because we need the result. In fact, it's not that we need, the result is everything. So hopefully the coach can get them playing well, and they have about a few days of training and gelling together, ensuring that they get that final third attack going. No losing of chances, no wasting of chances. Be clinical. Be clinical, be aggressive. And when I say aggressive, I say with the ball, not against your opponent. Be aggressive, make sure that you're focused, not getting the wrong tackles, not keeping the ball too much, move it quick. Yeah, please let that be the one thing that Eriksha will be preaching to these players, because we did the result to have any chance of qualifying to the World Cup. We didn't play in the last World Cup, and it's quite disappointing. This time around, we have to play in this one. There is no excuse whatsoever. We have one of the most expensive squad out there, and I'm talking of in Africa. So we do not have an excuse not to qualify to the World Cup. Anyway, away from the Super Eagles, our young boys, the Flying Eagles on the 20 team, are doing so well in the under 20 FIFA World Cup, where they are playing in Chile. They did move to the round of 16, finished third, or one of the third best placed team, and obviously they'll be playing Argentina, who I think has been one of the best teams also in the tournament so far. And so it's going to be quite interesting to see how they handle that match. However, I feel like the group stage, so they didn't do badly. They had 1 win, 1 loss, and 1 draw, which obviously helped them to qualify. But I feel like that group in itself was a very, very tough group. Having Colombia in that group, Saudi Arabia, who finished 4th, obviously, and it's quite, even Norway finished 2nd. So I feel like it was a very tricky team, but they are doing so well so far. So I'm not disappointed so far. Ali Subaru they're getting it right. So hopefully they're able to get another result against Argentina and move to the next round. And but I feel like it's going to be very, very tricky for them they needed a penalty to draw against Colombia, but at the end of the day they got the result and they've moved to the next round. So I wish them all the best. But that's the much I'll be talking about on the video today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles at _official FSH. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Also, I will be reading in the comment section what you think Eriksha has to do for the Super Eagles to get a result against Lesotho. Anyways, that's the much from me today until the match is obviously played on Friday. Let's be hopeful. Let's trust the team and let's support. Be a supporter, not an hater. Support the Super Eagles. I believe in them, I really do, and I want to believe that my belief will not be dashed. Anyways, guys, until the games are played, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
Where you dey? Okay, on a Z, Rockedo, where you dey? I'm made the Musa Speedy, where you dey? Wait, Fredo, DJ, where you do? Oh, your Igalo, where you do? Loose boy Victor Moses, where you dey? Walking on Alexi Obi, where you dey?